So you guys know I'm not necessarily the biggest fan of structureless ultralight day packs, but recently my wife and I were able to basically land a 2-for-1. For the price of one, we were able to get two ultralight 18-liter day packs, and we've had a chance now to do some light trekking, hikes, as well as using them as overnight bags on a recent vacation. And so we've had a good feel of not only in town, but on the trail to give you a good sense of this possibly finally being something that has just exactly the perfect blend of weight distribution, size, durability to make sense and throw in our regular rotation and possibly yours. So we're gonna not only hit the trail, but hit the town today and take a look at these two packs and see what they have to offer. Well, what's up everybody? Welcome to another video. Thanks for joining us today. We are looking today at this Cotopaxi Del Dia Luzon 18-liter pack. Now this is a structureless pack with not a lot of features. It's very minimalistic. And if you've been following the channel for a while, earlier this summer, I did a video on two different structureless packs that just weren't fitting what I was looking for. There were aspects to their design, there were layouts as well as sizing that just doesn't connect with me, particularly as a larger guy at 6'2", about 215 pounds. So after that video, I just said, forget it. I'm kind of done with structureless packs. I got rid of them and was kind of planning on saying sayonara to the structureless ultralight day pack scene. And then about 2 weeks later, my wife told me, hey, we need like just a lightweight pack that I can throw like towels in and some of the kids stuff that we can carry from like the pool to the car and back and forth, and just when we go camping and things like that to carry around. I need something like that. Do we have anything like that, with all my gear that we got hanging around? And I was like, I just got rid of two packs like that. So we started looking around and we discovered these Cotopaxis for $25 over at a local sporting goods store. So about half off. So we picked up one. I picked this color. I did see the blue one. So if you've been following me on Instagram and Facebook, you know what I'm talking about. I asked you guys which color combination you thought was mine versus my wife's. I went with this crazy color combination instead of blue, even though blue is my favorite color. So at half off at about $25, we picked it up and I was like, cool, whatever. The next day I go out for a light day hike with my son. I decided to use this just to see what I had to offer, threw some water in threw a water bladder in there, our two raincoats and a few snacks. And I was pleasantly surprised at how capable and how well this rode on my larger frame. And that's really what made me connect with it, so much so that I told my wife, the next time you go out, go grab another one, because this has some potential, and at that price we can't pass it up. And so she went out and picked up the white and blue one that you guys have seen online that we showed on our Instagram feed. So it's always good to follow us on Instagram. You can participate and follow along and see behind the scenes stuff. And we have both been using it on a regular basis for different things that I'm about to show you today. Have had a chance to even let friends borrow it on our recent Continental Divide hike from Grand Lake into Estes Park. We went 17.7 miles. A friend of mine didn't have a pack, so I loaned it to her and her husband, and they kind of rotated back and forth over that trek. So this has seen a lot of not only around town use, but also out on the backcountry and light hikes and things like that. And so I'm going to lay out for you what connects with me and why go with something like this, but also things to consider and whether or not you might want to upgrade and go with something with some more structure and some more options. We're going to hit that today. So this is what really set this pack apart compared to other structureless backpacks out there, like Flash 18s from REI, Sierra Designs, Marmot. I've used a lot of different ones over the years. The fact that right out of the gate, this thing, even though it's 18 liters, is 20 inches tall. That is very large. Most other ones, when it comes to their height, are between 16 and 18 inches, which is pretty small, particularly for me as a larger guy on my back. It looks like a little kiddie pack. And then in conjunction with usually smaller shoulder straps, it just feels like this little tiny bag that I'm kind of trying to squeeze myself into and onto my back. And it's not comfortable, not conducive. Sternum straps usually ride super high. If it has a belly strap, it's almost like a lower sternum strap. It's just silly. So the fact that this thing is 20 inches tall, even though it's 18 liters, is awesome. Secondly, it's the shoulder straps. These shoulder straps come in at just over 18 inches in length, which means you have a lot of real estate to go all the way over your shoulder. It doesn't feel like it's riding up super high. The buckles go low and out of the way. So that is awesome. And because it's so long and because of the way that they've designed the track system sternum strap, I can get this actually where I want it. It's not choking me out at my collarbone. It's actually where I like it, closer to over my sternum and over my main chest area. So it has that capability. Plus it has a removable belly strap, and at 20 inches, it's more around my midriff than my upper or lower chest area. So what I realized is that it actually distributes the load and rides on my shoulders much better than most other structureless packs, in conjunction also with the fact that they do have this breathable mesh down the center, but they have these two little tiny rigid, slightly structured sides, and the width of it just makes sense so that it doesn't feel like I have two little strips of paracord carrying my load. It actually feels like a designated backpack strap to better carry between, you know, like 10, 15 pounds max in this backpack. Now, the other thing that you'll probably notice, and what this company kind of represents, is a little unique to what else is on the market. Now, what they do is that they take the scraps from other packs, from what I understand, other companies, other distributors and things like that. They take all the leftover fragments that can't be made into a designated backpack, and then they use that. They give full creative freedom to their workers that are in the Philippines. So these are made in the Philippines versus usually you'll find packs like this made in either Vietnam, Bangladesh, or China. They even on their websites will show you video of their workers working in their facilities, which seems to be a good environment. You know, that's kind of what they shoot for, is providing good, sustainable environments that people will want to work in, and giving them a good foundation for their jobs and things like that. So that's part of kind of what they represent. But using the scraps and leftovers and then giving that creative capability means that you get a crazy hodgepodge on most of their gear, particularly in this backpack. So we have all kinds of different ripstop nylon designs and color combinations. You can either go on their website and you can actually see what color combination and kind of pick for yourself what most you like. Or if you go to like Amazon, or they even have an option to just kind of send me whatever, you have no real creative control yourself. It's just, you know, you might get purple and pink and blue, or you might get yellow and orange and green, or you might get all blue and white. You know, it's just all over the place depending on the scraps that were put together for that particular pack. So that's something to consider. This is made out of a ripstop nylon. The awesome thing is that this backpack comes in at 10.5 ounces. Now, all the plastics are D-Flex high quality plastics. The nylon webbing and seaming and stitching is all done well from everything I can see, and the zipper is a YKK zipper. Now, this is again very minimalistic in that there are no side pockets for water bottles. You only have one main divider pocket on the outside with this zipper, YKK, and a stuff sack that'll go down about half of the pack. So it's large, so you can fit a few snacks, you can fit your wallet and keys in there. There is no key keeper. I would have liked to see that. And then you just have a cinch top that gives you a nice wide mouth, and then you have an attachment for a bladder and a little bladder sleeve that could easily handle a 3-liter water bladder. And you've got your ambidextrous center port and a little grab handle. So surprisingly, this does have a lot of potential. And in fact, my wife and I decided, because we've been really connecting with these packs and having a lot of fun with them, to use them on a recent overnight that we went on together, that we knew that we wanted to carry our clothing in and possibly use it to trek around town, around a couple little short trails and things. Could we just use these Luzon 18s as our one done stop shop pack? All right, wrapping up our vacation. 2 days worth of socks and underwear, spare pair of pants, 2 shirts, large hoodie, light raincoat, and my toiletry bag. Still got all that left. Pressed a little bit, got the exterior pocket. So after loading up all the gear through my 32-ounce water bottle in there, we've been getting breakfast, just hanging out, walking around. I really feel I could definitely live, you know, 1 to 2 days overnight bag with this pack. I think it would be easily doable. What about you, GT, Mrs. GT?
I feel the same way. I could fit about 2 or 3 changes of clothes and a small bag of toiletries, and it was easy for me to take this on our little overnight getaway, and really comfortable just to walk around with.
Well, there you have it. We were able to enjoy ourselves, carry all of our clothing for, I would say, a 2 to 3 night stay. You could easily do, unless you can reuse your clothing, more so. You don't have to pack a lot of big puffy, coats and things like that, and also be able to obviously hit the trail with them. And so we did, again, use this on multiple longer hikes, and it's doable. If you go, I would say, more than about 10 miles with this pack, you're gonna start to feel it unless you're going super minimalistic and you have like under 10 pounds. If you're at 10 pounds or more, you will start to feel it after, I would say, 4 to 6 miles. It will start to weigh on you. And that's, again, where a more structured backpack would make a lot more sense because, again, the price, $55 is what this goes for on Amazon as well as the Cotopaxi website. So at $55, you're not getting a lot of bag, meaning there's no external water bottle pouches, there's no internal pockets, things like that, that maybe some other backpacks would offer. You have no attachments for, say, like trekking poles, things like that. It's extremely minimalistic. And let's be realistic. If you put an extra $20 towards your pack purchase, for 75 to 80 bucks, you can get a lot of really well-built, structured backpacks around 18 to 22 liters from really well-known companies that will have a lot more options, external water bottle pouches. They'll hold and distribute loads better and be able to carry heavier loads. So is $55 for a structureless ultralight pack really the best investment? Obviously, you have to determine that, but that's something to consider. If you do feel like that is a niche and a need that you have, this particular Luzon 18 is really fulfilling a lot of needs that any of the other structureless packs that I've ever tested can't fulfill and can't offer. Now, I do want to touch on one last aspect. You guys know that I really like external water bottle pockets. They do have, I believe it's a 24-liter version that does have a thin frame in it and external pockets for 70 bucks. So again, $15 more. Take a look at that. We will offer all those links to you guys below, and we appreciate when you purchase through all the hyperlinks that we offer to you, not only to Amazon, but to 511 and Mystery Ranch and Backcountry and all the Knockaround Sunglass Company, all that stuff. We really appreciate it when you guys purchase through those links. But when it comes to external water bottle pockets, when we were trekking around the village, what I did was I threw my water bottle on the top of my gear. And what I found was that because it was in the center of the pack and the weight was in the center, because it's structureless, it actually distributed the weight better than my other ultralights. When I would put a water bottle on one of the pockets on the exterior, it would then sag the entire pack to one side because the water and the weight is on one side and there's no structure to really help support or fight against that. So it was a little thing that I noticed that for me from now on, when it comes to structureless packs like this, I would actually prefer to not have a water bottle pouch because I won't put water bottle pouches there or water bottles there. I will put them in the main body to better distribute the load. But for me, honestly, if you are going to do hiking with this backpack, I think it would be best to carry the water bladders over water bottles because the bladders will not only give you a little bit of rigidness up against your back, but it will just make a better weight distribution for something that doesn't have hardly any structure. So there you have it, folks. I hope that this video has helped you out. I want to hear your thoughts. What do you think about this ultralight layout, the Luzon 18 in general? Is it something that connects with you? Is it something that you're like, dude, I'm like you. Most of the time I don't use structure. What is your experience either with the brand or with this particular model? I always love hearing the feedback and having the discussion in the comments below. Really looking forward to that. I invite you to check us out on Instagram and Facebook. Again, if you aren't already, I invite you to subscribe to the YouTube channel, become part of the GT family. Check out that other video popping up right now. And finally, guys, always remember, stay equipped, stay prepared. We'll see you out there.